What were the best experiences you had this year? Happy Mental Health Day 2023. After an entire summer of stress and depression, I went to a Death Grips concert a few weeks ago. The show was so damn good. And I genuinely think I came out of the concert a changed man. While being shoved around in a mosh, I realized in that moment that life is indeed worth living. I got my diploma after 8 grueling years of college. Really the only positive thing I can think of. Other than that, my mental health has been absolute garbage and has deteriorated day after day. Been one of the worst years for me. But I've recognized that and will make changes to improve for next year. A month in Vietnam. The highlight was riding a motorbike through the mountains in the north for a week. A truly spectacular experience. Ran 2 half marathons. Tried surfing. Made a lot of new friends and mostly got over social anxiety. I dated my perfect person, but she left me because I got assigned to an overseas base. Got married and went on a bomb-ass honeymoon in Banff. All the nerves prior to the wedding were worth it, as it was one of the best days of my life that followed with the best vacation of my life. As someone who has always been extremely frugal, I've learned that making memories are far more important to me than the newest shoes or fanciest car. I spend within my means but learned that life is too short to be too frugal. Go have fun. See the world if you can. Already planning my next trip. My girlfriend and I went on our first proper holiday together in the 9 years we've been together. We spent a week in Rhodes. Just enjoyed the weather. Ate lots of food. Made the most of the all-inclusive bar. And enjoyed each other's company. One of the best weeks we've ever had. I married my best friend and we're expecting a baby. Not sure of the gender yet, but fingers are crossed for a girl. Also landed a job in my home province. In my trade. Making really good money compared the median income, and it put my wife and I in a good position to grow our family and live fairly comfortably, which for where we live just means we aren't struggling to pay the bills. So it's a win in my book. Couldn't be happier. Taking our kids to Disneyland for Halloween. It hasn't happened yet, but I hope it's our best experience. Hello all. Got to meet and be friends with a girl on W Home I've been crushing extremely hard on since a long time. Also was able to manage internship and USMLE exams. Will be getting my scores tomorrow. Pray for me so that I can edit this and add that I've achieved my goal of scoring XYZ marks in USMLE. Last fall I had a nasty bike accident that laid me up for several months. After many months of PT and a pile of medical bills, I got back on my bike. I decided to sign up for a 55-mile gravel race that I had done years before to see if I still had the ability and passion for riding. The race was 2 weeks ago, and my goal was just to finish. I ended up smashing my old record by an hour and a half. I can't recall any good experiences that I've had this year. My mental health has been in a serious downward spiral all year. I was stuck in a really bad rut, and I'm starting to feel like I'm getting progress on lifting myself with a lot of help from family and friends up from it. Worked in Iceland for the summer, then took a week holiday to visit some friends in America. That trip meant a lot to me. Bought my first apartment, still under construction. But it is a big step in life. To add, I am single. So that is a pretty unique achievement. I have a hard time being proud. But this really makes me feel good. Vacation to London for a week, and while there took a full-day street photography workshop. Also met some virtual friends in person while in London. Good times 10/10 would recommend. Not much, pretty much the most high blood pressure, stress-filled, depression-filled nightmare where I Gained 40 pounds and lost 40 pounds in 7 months of stress eating in excess, smoking and drinking to balance the stress, followed by depression and multiple panic attacks, a week, chest pains, all while pretending to be normal, happy to get the kids to school and give them a normal life while I cry and pray in the shower so my wife and kids don't see me breaking. But otherwise fine, I guess. I got a new job as a chef and have never been so happy. Kawarau Bungee in Queenstown, Phi Phi Islands, Thailand, and going to watch the India vs NZ World Cup match at Dharamshala, so hopefully that makes the list. Also huge Djokovic fan for the past 10 years, so to see him top the slam list made me emotional and it felt personal. Driving through Scotland for work, beautiful views, and just made me feel happy for that period. I had such a rough start to the year. Mum diagnosed with cancer and losing my job. I bought tickets to a rap concert and I didn't really want to go with everything that's been going on, but I thought it would be good for me to go and try enjoy myself. I met my now girlfriend, and since then Mum is cancer free and I have a much better job. 5-week trip to the Balkans with my wife. We hadn't been to Europe in decades. We explored Hungary, Albania, Montenegro, Croatia, Slovenia. Had an amazing time. Quitting nicotine and getting back into the gym. A combination of traveling, the beautiful escorts I saw on my trips. Vacation in Germany. Toured Frankfurt, München, and Berlin with a German friend I met online and a couple of friends from home. Traveled to Toronto and Seattle. Beautiful cities. I want to move one day, but I didn't have any luck job searching, so now I'm focused on my career here. Still hope to be able to one day. I took my kids on a road trip from North Carolina to Nashville, Tennessee. Took my kids to see the band Ghost, which we had a blast at, and we got to experience the wonderful place called Buc-ee's for the first time. Solo hiking trip to Switzerland for a week in July. Saved up for a trip before starting the grad job, and it's an experience I'll never forget. Made friends and witnessed a lot of beauty. I went to the beach 3 days straight and all of them were warm and clear crystal. Face holding back tears. I met some amazing people actually too. 2023 has been a weird year for me. Not much has been happening, but a lot has. Promoted to manager after 13 years. Went on holiday twice with my best friend and the girl I love. Recently she decided she didn't want to continue our situationship, which hit me hard. So I've applied for a promotion and started working out, determined to make the next few months even better. Went backpack camping with 10 friends, family. No mosquitoes. Perfect weather. And water wasn't too cold. Trip to Japan for 2 weeks. Also started pickleball and found a new community of people to hang out with. Tie between seeing Queens of the Stone Age live for the first time in Philly and seeing Incubus live for the first time on mushrooms. Found a girlfriend. She's amazing. Kissed someone for the first time. It wasn't awkward or weird either. M20. My daughter was born. I got to see my wife hold our child that we have tried to have for so many years. I've seen her hold babies of friends and family, and although it's a happy time, it was heartbreaking. My friends and I cleaned trash out of a river. It's not the most fun, but I'm glad I did it. Afterward, we explored the river and the forest surrounding it. It's always nice being in nature away from parking lots and fast food. I loved looking at all the plants and animals there. We camped out and heard owls hooting and howling in the distance. Pretty shitty experience all year round. Has not been a great year for me. Honestly don't know. Had no motivation to study for university the whole year. But last month I signed up for gym and got myself a job. So here's hoping something may change, I guess.